We're live everywhere.
We're live?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Hello, everybody else on the interwebs. Welcome to the Berkeley Poetry Slam. My name is Reggie, and I will be your host this evening. We have an amazing lineup of poets. We have an amazing feature. But before we begin, I have to shout out the amazing people that make all of this possible. You already know what it is. Our supporters over on Patreon holding it down for the last 2 years while we've been online, making sure that we are able to still pay artists, pay poets, pay teachers, and educators, because we don't believe that artists should do. I don't believe an artist should do anything for free, let alone art. We should pay artists. Thank you to the people that allow us to do that. Thank you in particular to Renee Edmonds, Stephanie Yaboa, Emily Chow, and Calla Lilly for being regular supporters. I'd like to give a special shout out to Jessica Kosakic for sponsoring one of our weekly workshops. And I'd love to get a special brisket for the biscuit to Alice Grimm and Rebecca Abraham for pledging $100 a month in support of one of our venues, the Allen Bluford Center for Justice. If you enjoy anything that you see, if you like what you hear, or you just really believe in a sustainable community for marginalized artists, then you should go to patreon.com/richoakevents in order to donate more. But actually, what if I want to donate on a one-time basis? I am so glad you asked, because you can also donate to us via Cash App at #RichOakEvents or Venmo at Rich Oak Slam. Either way, your donation goes right back into making sure that we can pay teachers, pay workshop facilitators, pay our winners, and bring the best of the best out here, especially in these pandemic times where we are not charging anyone anything to view or watch or participate. So your support really does mean a lot. Thank you. Lit. Cool. We have an amazing lineup of poets tonight, and they will be reading in this order. We have is this the right list? Yes, it is. I had to double check because I can't read that well, But we have Dante Pelayo, then we have Eric Kellum, then we have Nicole Tracy, and then we have Chev. Give it up for everyone who's going to be touching this stage tonight. Ooh, I heard like one person like,
yeah.
Let's go, poets.
No, Sally, we didn't need you or your input. Thank you. Goodbye. Sometimes you have to tell the robot overlords that they need to take a step back and recognize a real nigga. You are real nigga shit. Thank you. I hope Sally doesn't respond to that. I feel like regardless, like Sally is definitely a Caucasian robot, I guess. Like, if that makes any sense.
I'm coming for your jobs.
No. I don't like that. Where's Will Smith when you need him? Anyway, but before we get into our slam, of course, there are rules to every competition. First, for our competing poets, you have no props, no costumes, no musical accompaniment, no nudity. I've already said this once, I'll say it again. Tino is the only one allowed to get our live stream taken down, and if you do it, you just took away his job. And I guess it's Sally's job to take away other people's job. So like, you're taking two people's jobs, and they work hard, so don't take those people's jobs by getting the live stream and taking them down. But more important than our family-friendly attitude is our time limit. You You have 3 minutes and a grace period of 10 seconds in order to spit your own original work. After 3 minutes and that grace period of 10 seconds, you'll be deducted points by our scorekeeper, Becky. After 4 minutes, you will be muted. I will be brought up unprepared, probably like my face, half stuffed with food. Point being, it's awkward, it's not cute. Let's not even go over 4 minutes. Lit. Next for the judges. Judges, thank you. You have the hardest job tonight. You have to give your opinion on these poems semi-openly. You'll be judging every poem from a 0.0 to 10.0 scale. 0.0 being the worst piece of shit you ever heard in your life. It's like, you know that moment like when you're walking out your house and you're already late for work and then like you step in dog shit? So like you have to go back inside, clean your shoe or change shoes. You're already more late, and then you go back outside and like you step in more dog shit, and then you're just like, this is the worst day ever, and you call off work and you lose the wages for the day and you like cry in the bed, and that's just a 2.5. A 10 is the best thing you have ever heard in your life. It's like rainbows and butterflies and marshmallows that are made out of like whatever your drug of choice is, whether it's sugar, whether it's cocaine, your drug of choice. Someone said free money. Yes, free money is like up there too. Point being, not a lot of zeros, not a lot of 10s. Or accordingly, there's this thing called score creep where as the night goes on and you get more into the vibes, the feelings, the scores start going up. But that's not fair to the people who went first when you were emotionless and vibeless. So to help you out, we will have a sacrificial poet. They'll be going before everyone else. Score them as if they are competing. Think of them as a calibration. So any poems you like more, score them higher. Any poems you don't like as much, score them lower. Lit. And oh my goodness, word of the day. How could I almost forget? Word of the day. A time-honored tradition here at the Berkeley Slam, where we take a random word off of the internet and make poets jam it into their poem for an extra point. Word of the day is first round only, doesn't count for the second round. But our word of the day today is ostensible, meaning intended for display, open to view, or being such an appearance for plausible rather than demonstrably true or real, like the ostensible purpose for the trip. That's the definition. I still don't know what the fuck this word means, so I'm so glad I'm not a poet tonight. But if you know what the fuck this word means, and you use it in your first round poem, you will get an extra point. Judges, don't worry about that extra point. Don't worry about that extra point. You, our scorekeeper, Becky, will take care of that. But what you can do is, if all of our judges can shoot Becky a message real quick, just like a hey, what's up? Just so we can have that line of communication open, that would be great. And then finally, rules for you at home. First, I need you to like, share, subscribe, I don't know, like reblog, follow, whatever platform you are watching us on, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram, because we do hella shit. I do mean hella shit every month, and you want to stay informed so you can participate, so you can watch, so you can be there and not be square. And then after you do that, I need you to get in the comment section and show maximum love for every single poet that comes up on this stage tonight. It's hard being in a random room full of semi-strangers and speaking the truth, but what warms my heart, and I'm sure warms the heart of others, is going back into the life and looking at all the positive comments and all of the love that you have to give for these poets and for this art form. So please let us know how you feel. Keep it cute. Don't get disrespectful. we Black people, with love, with love. Lit, I think that's all of our rules. We have our poets, our judges, our rules. Yeah, are we ready to start this show? No. We are sacrificial poets, someone to get these judges ready for poetry. So everybody say spill the blood.
Spill the blood.
Spill the blood.
And give it up for your sacrificial poet, Reggie.
Oh my goodness, you look just like the host.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. You're a bit quiet, by the way.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah, that's a bit better.
Okay. The glass, a tiny river of fire trapped inside a city of bodies, moves my hands up to the air between my lips. And the liquor, spilling over itself, drowns me before the music can set aflame. The shyness of my bones tries to liberate itself from the marrow and hops up out of my skin until someone calls the escape of myself, from myself, dancing. And my mother, a Christian woman, warns me of places like these, and bodies like mine, and of how much of the devil can be found here, but everything is burning and all I see is God, floating on the top of the glass like a dance floor he created. And if I can find heaven here, then I can move myself to a baseline rapture and everyone will sing the praises of our own names until we are drunk and full of holy and empty of everything that brought us here sober. When we can hold each other until the pain leaves the back of our throats and a boy slips me a drink, and I slip him a smile. And the heat of this moment makes me forget myself, and his arms and his lips become the first thing I drink that doesn't burn. Give it up for the poet.
Hey.
Yeah.
I don't know who they were, but they seem kind of cute. Yeah, judges, if you can send your scores, over to Becky now. Boom. So y'all are now experts with your sacrificial poet. You know what you're doing. I trust you. I'm saying this, I don't even know who you are. So audience, I need y'all to let the judges know how you feel. Sound off in the comment section, whether it's here on Zoom or on whatever streaming platform you're on. Let people know, quote the lines that you like, give those snaps, those I know you didn't just say that, but we needed to hear that, baby. Anything, any kind of love you want to give to the poets, show that in the comment section. Lit. So on deck, let me pull out this list because I actually don't know off the top of my head because, like I said earlier, I have the memory of a brain dead goldfish. So that's what we're breaking with today. All right, on deck, we have Eric Kellum. We give maximum love to our first poet competing in the slam. Give it up for Dante Pelayo.
Yay. Woo. Yeah.
Yay.
It was good. Just go. This poem is called Hip Hop Conceptions, a Work in Progress. When Gandhi won the Oscar for Best Motion Picture, I was born in that off-white Victorian house on 8th Avenue. They call it East Oakland, but sometimes I felt as if it was Little Vietnam. Park Ave, baby. Ivy Hill is what I represent. Funktown is a hood that is ostensible. In the midst of hip hop's beginnings, Tina Turner, Michael Jackson, Bobby McFerrin, and Anita Baker, nothing could be faker than them flash dance leg warmers and headbands to match. Ronald Reagan was the motherfucking man, fucking with that whole economic system we got, making a nigga a true capitalist. Now that's what's up. Money in my pocket, so now I can rock it. Them fatty gold chains, oversized gold Gucci sunglasses, and gold teeth to match. A youngin' was thorough in them Lacoste shirts, fuzzy Kango hats, and shell-toe Adidas with them fat laces. I embraced this conception of hip-hop. Oh, baby, you got what I need, and you call yourself hip-hop. Don't stop till the record drops. So play that beat and stomp your feet as the bass gives off heat, sweating to the pores of your body meat, transmitting from the Bronx airways into my beatbox like Radio Raheem and Do the Right Thing. Now artistic expression is divine through aerosol spray cans, and the art of getting over is growing older and older and older into Michelangelo Sistine Chapel visions on concrete neighborhood block walls. Post a billboard on a post no bills wall where they doing all the constructions to ghettoize your flyer, giving info to the hoods on the flyers functions. Got you grooving like, and the beat goes on, just like my love. Everlasting, and everlasting you shall be, because you are in my walk, you are in my talk, you are in my persona, and you give peace to all the drama. Hip-hop is I, because I is all I know. So flow on in the ciphers in the streets and keep on elevating in the battles that you shall defeat. Hip-hop, Oz.
Gang. Motherfucking.
Great job. Great job.
What's up? All right. And for our sacrifice, they got a 28.0. Fuck the scores. Give it up for the poet. Never the point. The poet. Never the point. All right. Today on deck, we have Nicole Tracy. But give maximum love to our next poet coming up on stage. Give it up for Eric Phillips.
Woo! Suicidal dreams. This life at times is a mockery. I feel these undesired dreams, hopes, and goals ganging up like bullies, mocking me, teasing me. Feelings of failure and inadequacy won't stop jocking me and squeezing me. The thoughts of you're too late keep sweating me, aiding and abetting me into the pity parties that I host that gradually coast me into this sunken place. It's a drunken space without even one drop of a drink. Yet I'm intoxicated by the toxic self-hatred as I personalize the remix of a Deborah Cox ballad. How did you get here? You're not supposed to be here. Nah. Now, to be clear, I fear that my position in this piece is misunderstood or rather misdiagnosed. I mean, to be clear, I confess I'm blessed and my blessings are better than most, but I'm not saying that to boast. But while my soul is presently feeling restless, I don't ignore my blessed life checklist. See, I live a fairly stress-free life. Check. I've got a beautiful, sophisticated wife. Check. 5 amazing kids. Check. And I telework from the crib way before COVID. Check. Making decent pay. Check. And I get to hide away in a nice size pad. Check. My heavenly dad has really smiled on me. So why is my soul frowning? Am I ungrateful? No, not really, but really I am a little hateful, resentful, ostensible, constantly contemplating. Did I miss it? Did I piss it down the pot? Am I damn within? Like Hamilton, did I throw away my shot? And while I can't ignore my more than decent welfare, I fumble around feeling like a forgotten failure. Have you ever felt successful to others, but it's only because others are yet to discover that whatever you were successful for, you would have designed in your mind that you could have done so much more? Have you ever saw a dream so real that you could just taste it, touch it, grab it, take it? Well, 25 years ago, I dreamed where I'd be right now, and that dream never manifested. And with wasted years, I tasted tears. I embraced the fears that the dreamer in me and all those possibilities, I second guessed it. I faked and finessed it. I messed around minding everybody's business, that I missed minding my business with a business mind. And it got to a point that these dreams would pound down the door to warrant me, but I never served them notice. And now they torment me with no guarantee of being real, no guaranteed warranty. So I'm stuck in the realm of a pseudo-societal, suicidal success. but haunted by the possibilities of what can never be. And as depression starts to cave in, I've become a slave to this 9 to 5, existing, barely breathing, not really alive, slowly watching these dreams dying inside. Word life.
Yay. 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 Give it up for Eric Keller. All right, and for reference, Dante got a 29.2. Fuck the scores, giving up the poet. Never the points, the poet. Never the points. Woo. I don't know about you. Like, I low-key been having fun. Like, being here, like, online and shit. Like, I've met a whole bunch of like new people, you know. I don't have to like get dressed, like, you know, it's just like really chill and really lit, and like there's a bunch of amazing poets that are here online. But I do miss the Starry Plow. I do miss a lot of the people that would come into the in-person shows. And which is why I'm really happy to announce that we will be returning to the Starry Plow for in-person shows starting April 6th. Really excited to just like, honestly, like it's been 2 years since I sat down and had like a fucking cider at the Plow and got like drunk with my friends. Like that's like sad. We'll still have online shows. Oakland Time is still online for the foreseeable future. The Alchemy Open Mic is still going to be on Instagram. We are also looking into ways to expand our capacity to be able to do both online programming and in-person programming without cutting into either, because this online community is absolutely amazing. But we will be back in person starting April 6th, which means we will be taking next Wednesday off in order to prepare for our in-person show. Because it has been 2 years since I've been in the Plow. Like, I don't even know how to work a microphone in there anymore. And so we gotta go over there, do some trainings. But if you are local in the Bay Area within driving distance, we are definitely really excited and to be able to do an in-person show, and we would really love to see you there. Whether you are a Berkeley Slam like OG, whether it will be our first Berkeley Slam ever, we really want to see you there. We're gonna have an amazing feature, Jason Biani, Berkeley Slam OG, Oakland Slam OG, just really, it's gonna be a lot of community that night, so please come on out, get a drink, get some food, listen to some dope poetry, lit. Rest in peace, Berkeley Slam semifinals 2020. God damn, that was 2 years ago, damn near to the date. Oh my God, that was 2 years ago.
Those bouts were stacked.
Those bouts were fucking stacked. Oh my God. Berkeley Slam Team 2020 was going to be actually a problem for the rest of the country to compete against. And y'all are fucking lucky that nobody got to be able to make a team that year, because we would have wiped you hoes off the map. Anyway, but no, it was like, there was so much talent that year. There still is a lot of talent in the Bay Area. A lot of those people had to move, sad. But like, Jesus, that was gonna be the best. I've been on a couple Berkeley teams. That was gonna be, regardless of who was on that team, it was gonna be the best team to hit Berkeley since at least 2015. I said what I said. Anyway, we're gonna keep it pushing. On deck, we have Chef. But give maximum love to our next poet coming up on stage. Give it up for Nicole Tracy.
Yay! Woo!
Mic check.
We hear you.
I wrote another sad poem about my parents, but this time it is about both of them. I tell you the story, and it is all a lie. I do not know how my parents met. I know they dated for some period of time before I existed, lived together, but I don't think I ever lived there too. When I say they are divorced, what I mean is they were never actually married, but the end result is the same. And now all of my poems are about one parent or the other, but never both. When I say my parents are divorced, I mean, I once got 4 birthday cakes because they refused to speak to each other. I saw movies twice because my mother tried to be the fun parent once. When I say my parents are divorced, what I mean is they did go to family court when I was 2, and I probably went with them. Apparently, the matter was finished when my father admitted to the judge he refused to change a diaper. I mean, they went to family court again when I was 14 and 16 and 17, and I'm sure it felt like an ostensible amount of times to go to court for the same thing. But I was not allowed to go any of these times, and dirty diapers were irrelevant. And this time, the focus was my father's inability to commit, and not to my mother, but to paying child support. And years later, he has paid maybe a total of $200 and will probably die before ever paying it off. When I say my parents really aren't together and my father pretends I don't exist, I mean it. I mean that the Department of Education almost revoked all of my scholarships, grants, and eligibility for low interest student loans because they thought I, at 19, was committing tax fraud. And I lied that my father sent me all of $27 in 1 year for child support. When I say my parents are divorced, I mean everyone else on either side of the family has at least one divorce, so it's basically the same thing. I mean, I love my mother from 3,000 miles away, tolerate her from 400 miles and any longer than 72 hours together, and we will have a very public screaming match. When I say my father exists, I mean, I assume he has not died, but I should not call him my father since he has called me no longer part of the family, so I'm not on the family phone plan. So I don't think Craig ever grew up and learned to be a parent, but I do think he loved me from about 10 to 16. When I say I write about one parent or the other, I mean, both have emotionally scarred me in vastly different ways. And that is why I write about them.
Gang, gang, gang.
Awesome,
Give it
awesome,
up
awesome.
for Nicole, Tracy, and for reference, Eric got a 28.2. Fuck the scores. Give it up for the poet. Never the points. The poet. Never the points. All right. On deck, we have. Oh shit. You know what? I'm not again. On deck. Actually, do I have this?
Bio.
Okay. Yes. No. Yes. Okay. Sorry. On deck, we have our feature. But give maximum love to our last poet in the first round. Give it up for Chef.
Woo! Yeah.
Chef, I need you to turn on video to just spotlight you.
Chef, are you there?
Unclear. I don't know if Chef is there. Chef?
Chef might be using the restroom or something.
Okay, I can stall for like 2 seconds. I guess.
What's happening?
What's happening April 9th? I am so glad you asked. It is, y'all gonna make me remember what this is. I don't have this
Poetry
written.
The Garden of Eden for poetry.
Poetry Garden. Jesus fucking Christ, let me tell you. Where is it? This was full, like, to the brim of alcohol at the beginning of the night, so you're welcome. Poetry Garden, April 9th, Ashby Art Space, 2035 Ashby, Berkeley, California. Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I got that right?
Yes.
Oh, wow. And who said my fucking memory was bad? Let's see. Chev, are you there?
You either went to grab a snack or use the restroom or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish describing Poetry Garden, and if Chef's not here, we're unfortunately gonna have to skip them and go right into our feature. The show must go on. But Poetry Garden, April 9th, Ashby Art Space, 2035 Ashby Avenue, Berkeley, California. We're gonna have an amazing lineup of poets, a wonderful showcase, an open mic for in a beautiful garden. It's the outdoor space. It is in person, but come on down. It's gonna be lit. Who do we have confirmed so far?
Camilla Elizabeth.
We have Camilla Elizabeth. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, I love her so much. So much. Oh my God, we've been through, we've been at a lot of shows and seen a lot of things, a lot of places together. And let me tell you, one of my favorite people. Who else? Anyone else? Prophet, do we have anyone else confirmed for Poetry Garden?
I hit up a metric fuck ton of people. I'm waiting for responses. No other confirmation.
We have one person confirmed, but still, it's gonna be a great night. You should come sign up for the open mic. Bring a friend. Bring a blanket. Bring a flower. Bring a flower. Oh my God. Bring a flower. I love flowers, so bring me flowers. But yeah, it's gonna be great. Lit. Chev, are you there?
I don't think Chev is there.
Okay.
Or disconnected. I'm not sure.
Okay, we're going to unfortunately have to move on. Which means we do have our feature next. I'm really excited for this feature. I heard that she ran a really, really good workshop. So I'm gonna read this bio because this bio says something. Meilani Clay is a writer, mama, and educator from Oakland, California. Her work has appeared in Nomadic presses, Patrice, Lumumba, and Anthology of Writers on Black Liberation and online literary journal, The Ana. Both of those really great. Her debut poetry collection, And the Creek Don't Rise, was the winner of the 2021 Michael Rubin Book Award from San Francisco State University's 14 Hills Press, a graduate of Howard University, the University of San Francisco's Urban Education and Social Justice Program, and a current MFA Poetry candidate at SFSU. Meilani aspires to be in school forever, to bridge worlds with her words, and to one day build forts out of books written by Black folks. First of all, I really love that last line. A book fort of all Black writers. That's a dream come true. I'm so happy to have you here. And I need everyone to give a round of applause to our feature for the night. Give it up for Meilani Clay.
Thank you. Thank you, Prophet, for inviting me. And yeah, let's get it popping. Fuck the police. Their badges, their guns, their Ray-Bans, their boots, their grins. Fuck the politicians. Fuck the government at every level. All three branches of this cursed fig tree. Fuck the blustering about draining the swamp. Fill it. Flood DC's now flavorless streets until every Volvo and S-Class rests rusting beneath the Potomac. Fuck the stock market. Fuck more expensive money made from codes instead of cotton or coin. Fuck money, period. Fuck how it's treated as deity, determining daily who gets to eat, who gets to have a home, who gets to garden, who gets to have clean water and earth beneath their toes. Fuck asking for permission to breathe. Fuck the schools. Fuck the superintendents. Fuck the standardized tests and the scantrons they rode in on. Fuck straight rows, blank walls, silenced children. Fuck puppet pedagogies. Fuck academic coaches and performance reviews. Fuck your principal doing the Dougie at a school assembly, celebrating the perfect attendance and high GPAs of children better adjusted to our genocide than their peers. Fuck white teachers in deep East Oakland, Chicago or DC South Side, in rural Black communities, anywhere at all in New Orleans. Fuck white teachers, including the ones with brown skin, making themselves martyr for student loan forgiveness. Do I really need to say fuck student loans? Fuck white people and their adjacents who still think I need to first stop and confirm they are in fact here to slit my throat and make me mop my own blood for minimum wage before decking them in the mouth, before raising strip malls, before screaming. But also fuck giving up, fuck losing sleep or working alone or limiting your imagination, fuck hopelessness, fuck silencing your rage or your grief or your joy. Most of all, fuck losing. We have a duty to win.
God damn.
Woo! This poem is dedicated to my younger brothers. July afternoon on 94th and Plymouth. That's in Deep East Oakland, for those who don't know. Elbow to sticky, ashy elbow, faces bronzed and slick with sweat from a day outdoors in trees and abandoned fishing boat alike. My brothers and I devour tepid slices of watermelon cut by our great-grandmother, left within reach so we don't interrupt her stories. Shadows drag long across porch steps. We race to see who can reach white of rind first. Juice running rivers to the identical deltas of our chins, our mother's chin. We all have our father's eyes. During a commercial break, Grandma Ali fusses loud from the hallway just outside her room. We tamp down laughter, whisper bitch beneath our breath, take turns looking over our shoulders. Bellies full of ripe, sloshing summer. We start a wrestling match on the lawn, fall gasping to grass, heads together to watch the sky.
Woo!
Let's go.
It is appreciated. I'm really appreciating the phrase right now, you know, two things can be true, because it's like I deeply, deeply appreciate folks being on Zoom for anything, especially things that they are not getting paid for. Like, fuck Zoom. You know, at the time I wrote this poem, the pandemic was still early. So like, fuck Zoom didn't make it in there, but it would be in there now. So it's like, I deeply appreciate everybody being here. And I want to take Zoom out into a parking lot. So thank y'all though for being here with me. The Black woman is God in a world hell-bent on being heathen, betrayed by those at our right hand, hung out to die, knowing streets and temples will teem with parishioners when it is time to mourn our passing. We show up anyway, to make feasts from scraps, wield rage for future eons beyond this one, and yet our names are only ever uttered soft in prayer, whispered close to clavicle and exhale on lips before sleep. We call to you over the roar of the ocean's hush, but you don't trust you enough to meet us in the storm. All our prophets must be false if our names can gild the tongues of pretentious pagans at performative protests, when only Black women can hold the syllables in our mouths with the reverence they deserve. We have wept, wiped libation from our faces only to have it replaced with spit. No matter our weary, we resist rest so long as any of you are refused respite. Though our bodies blanket this earth from end to end, we continue to offer ourselves to mobs of marauders. Though we still the crashing currents to soothe your worry, we remain the Black woman, a god, rarely granted grace, and still how hallowed be, how hallowed be, how holy be our names. Okay.
Woo!
Thank you. So I'm gonna take you on a little trip, little journey. And I'm gonna do one more after this. South. Maryland has more trees than one might think, long limbs covered in ghosts like weeping cherry blossoms. His mother trails you deep into Maryland, waving goodbye every few miles, crying as you accompany her son on his chase for a freedom he never finds. Midwest. Much of this country's highways are little more than asphalt Benadryl. He resented doing most of the driving. You resented pissing on the side of the road when rest stops were deemed inconvenient. Your mother taught you to bathe your pubescent body by stopping you in the hallway before your shower, pantomiming where to wash. A stern reminder your cursory rinse would no longer suffice for godliness. You stink now. Good girls don't stink. You imagine that same 12-year-old you grasping hold of your vocal cords, begging for a proper shower after 2.5 days of fast food bathroom wash-ups. But he drove like you were fugitives, like you were on the run. He drove like Channel Orange was not synth and bass, but the hollow plink of a silent movie's piano soundtrack. On screen, he appears as the hero. His cape a do-rag flapping in July breezes, face masked by aviator sunglasses, riding hard to the rescue. You as the damsel, outfitted in yoga pants and poetry slam t-shirt, hand to forehead in exaggerated distress as you await his arrival, uncertainty barreling down the tracks to crush you both. He fashioned himself your savior, and you let him convince you if he only deposited your life just 3/4 of a mile from where you first drew breath, your lungs might cease to remind your heart of how he once left them wrapped in grief's ever tightening grip. Before you took him back, before you spent humid mid-Atlantic nights cursing his name and weeping into empty shot glasses. Mountains. Montana startles with the deep emerald of firmly rooted grass. Utah soars into the sky, limestone and rust. Some parts of this country are beautiful enough to make you forget you've been stuck with a narcissist for 3 days, still mourning the crate of books he shamed you into leaving behind, not yet knowing you'll soon be shoving him into walls, threatening to leave if he won't stop treating your love for him like the grandest curse. West. On the last day, you rose to shockingly crisp air at a rest stop just over the California border. Hovered above a trucker's toilet, opened tiny blue cups until the gas station's reheated coffee felt more elixir. For a moment, your belly knotted with fatigue and plastic burgers. You thought about leaving, calling your mother to come rescue you the way she promised to junior year when your blood was late and it was all your fault. Instead, After the tank is filled, you're in the driver's seat. He spent the morning feeling proud of himself for furnishing your apartment from Craigslist. After 3.5 days on the road, you'll spend 6 more hours traversing the East Bay to gather it all without much more than a high five from the love of your life. East. 2 years later, at your rehearsal dinner, held in his hometown to accommodate the fact he didn't want to marry you in the first place, friends will laugh about this road trip as the defining point in your relationship. Since no one wants to recall the way you berate him when you're wasted, call him names you don't remember and he won't repeat. In the borrowed community room of a lush apartment complex, blocks from the nation's monuments to its own sordid history, he raises a toast. Seated to his right, a smile plays at your lips, but your eyes hold memory of his profile, once silhouetted against the setting sun and a flat expanse of highway. The last time you looked at the side of his face, believed he turned to you and smiled.
Woo! Yay!
I was like, oh, they're not gonna do this now. Okay, cool. That story doesn't end all sad. So this poem is one of my favorites, and I wrote it for my daughter. It is titled Birthright. I'm tired of writing poems for white people, so I gave birth to one they can't read. A copper-skinned poem revised for 37 weeks and 5 days. A poem with my exuberance wound helix around each curl, laughing loud toward the sky. A poem with my resistance etched into a tiny furrowed brow. I gave birth to a poem with my rage alchemized into a gilded voice, never backing down, never silent on command. A poem with my hope sewn carefully to its sternum, a little patchwork, yet certain all the same. I gave birth to a poem that doesn't know any words, but synonyms for love and freedom. A poem that careens down sidewalks, ecstatic shrieks, prayers laid at the highest altar. This poem's eyelids are lined with the silk of my faith. This poem is invincible. Still, one day, though I gave birth to this poem, this people's poem, I know someone will try to read her anyway. Failing, they will demand I translate, but the poem I birthed was never meant for their understanding. For between the lines of this poem's lashes, I placed a single dream, a future that is this poem's and this poem's alone to write. Thank you.
Gang, 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 let's go.
God diggity damn.
Gang. Gang. Gang.
Oh my God.
Only you could give birth to a poem like that.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all rocking with me.
Gang, gang, gang. Oh my God. Give it up one more time for Meilani Clay.
Woo!
Gang, 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 gang.
Oh my goodness. You caught me right in the middle of eating a cookie. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's like the old black like grandma in me. But like whenever I hear like really good poetry, like I need to go like into the kitchen. Like I need to eat something sweet. Like it just sets the mood. Thank you so much. How can we best support you?
Okay, I'm putting the link to my book in the chat.
Perfect.
And since you're already be there, you might as well also get the Patrice Lumumba anthology that I am in. That group, a lot of the poems in this collection came from my participation in that group. I made family in that group. It's a really beautiful space. So supporting that anthology couldn't hurt. But yeah, the book is almost gone, actually. So not even trying to, I'm a Capricorn, so I'm actually incapable of bragging. These are just the facts. The book is almost gone. Like, that's just like, I'm not trying to even, it's just true. it's almost gone.
Only 25 left.
That's the Patrice Lumumba anthology, but like of my little, I know with the blur, it's hard. That's terrible. I'm not taking the blur off because I don't know what's going on behind me. My actual collection and The Creek Don't Rise, yeah, there's like a dozen or something. I don't know if there's more where that came from. I didn't ask.
Look, you ain't gotta brag. The numbers speak for themselves. Damn. Everybody, y'all need
thank you.
go buy Meilani's book. That's what I'm going to do.
Thank you.
I'm going to get that book before it sells the fuck out. Because if it sells out, I will find who got the last copy. And I will pull up at your house and I will fight you for that book. So
I don't want that. I don't want that for you. So just go ahead and get that. Because I'm staying out of it. My name will be Bennett. And that's it.
You already, at that point, you already got the money. So
I did what I could do. I did what I could do.
Right. Ooh, someone said only 11 copies left. Ooh, shit. Ooh, you know what? I gotta show the host, but oh my goodness. I don't know if I announced the score earlier, but Nicole got a 28.1. Fuck the scores, give it up for the poet. Never the points. Lit. Now it's the money round. I'm like excited. Excited. I'm sorry, my shoulders are kind of dead. Gotta shimmy every once in a while, make sure you're stretching, make sure you're still a hot one. But yeah, second round is going to be in reverse order of appearance. We take the top 5 poets in the first round into the second round. I'm not really good with numbers, but I'm 2% sure that there's less than 5 poets, which means that I'm 3% sure that everyone's getting into the second round. And they will be reading in this order. We have Nicole Tracy, then we have Eric Kellum, and then we have Dante Palayo. Give it up for our poets. Woo! Woo! Hey.
Woo!
Gang. Lit. Someone said we're here to be pretty, not good at math. That's the reason I almost didn't graduate high school. Hold on. I want to get behind that, but I have suffered at the hands of only being pretty. What can I say? Some of us were meant to be, some of us were meant to do numbers, not understand them. Let's see. We're gonna go right into the second round, all gas, no breaks, no palate cleanser, no calibration, which means that on deck we have Eric Kellum. Give maximum love for our first poet in the second round. Give it up for Nicole Tracy.
Mic check.
We can hear you.
America loved everyone until they could not make them American. You can't drop letters and have someone look more like they belong here. We were here. America wants first generation to mean first to forget where you come from, first to call yourself American and nothing to come before it. First, to forget Angel Island or Manzanar is part of your own family history. America wants to forget their own history of exploitative labor, systemic oppression, forget their foundation of selective freedom, selective justice, and violent racism. America wants me to forget, apologize to them instead of demanding reparations. We were here, we were here, we were here. America loved me as the model minority until it didn't. America loved me until I spoke up, until I stopped smiling, until I said no. I am here, I am here, I am here. America said they loved me as the news rolled with China virus, Kung flu, and hate crimes. America says forget the yellow peril, forget we called you terrorist and traitor and not citizen anymore. Just forget, just forget, just forget. I wait at the metro for my morning commute and a man sees me, thinks, outsider, opens his mouth to ask me, did you see on the news? Orientals are facing discrimination because of the flu. And this is before the week in Atlanta and San Francisco and Indianapolis and New York City and insert city here, insert city here, insert city here. I'm quiet. I hold my breath. I do not exhale. I do not cough. I do not tell him it has gone on for over a year now. He tells me he wants to witness violence so he can be the one to intervene and stop it. All I hear is, I shouldn't be afraid. I'm not the one he wants to inflict violence on today. I'm not afraid. I'm just angry.
Gang, gang, gang. Give it up for Tracy. All right. We're going to keep it pushing like a car that's out of gas. Just gotta keep it pushing. On deck, we have Dante Pelaya. We give maximum love to our next poet coming up on stage. Give it up for Eric Keller.
Yay!
Yeah, that's right, poet.
When I get that feeling, no, I need sexual healing. I need to be healed of sex addictions because these addictions are really killing my life. And I'm not saying that I have AIDS. I lost my kids and my wife to my recent sexcapades. I put a knife to my little soldier just to end my sexual raids. But please, I'm not that bold because I'm a slave to getting laid. And I don't know, I might have AIDS. I mean, I've never gotten tested. Not a lot of people do. So the likelihood of me having the disease is probably the same as you. You know, the first time I got that feeling, I was 8 years old, just chilling, watching TV on bootleg cable. My older cousin was the villain, actually. The devil was the villain. I mean, it had to give him great joy to get my young, innocent eyes locked on ladies parading on Playboy. Man, I had so many sex encounters during the teen years of my life. I just knew I wasn't ready when it was time to meet my wife. She wasn't like anyone else I ever met. She had a way of keeping my attention and we hadn't got physical yet. And for her, I wanted to wait till we got married. It sounded appealing. And we did wait for like 4 months. And then I got that feeling. I don't know, what can I say? I guess I couldn't wait much longer. She said she didn't want to. I said it would make our love much stronger. She said she wasn't sure. And the thought to her was scary. I said, baby, I know for a fact that you're the one I want to marry. Eventually, she gave in. I made her sin. She was a Christian. 2 weeks earlier, she showed me passages of why we should wait. I didn't listen. 2 weeks later, I'm a Christian. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Hoping her period would show up. 9 months later, God didn't listen. He said, son, it's time you grow up. So I tried the grown-up thing. No, for real, I really did. We got married, had lots of sex, and eventually 2 more kids. And then after about 4 years, I got tired of what I had. I started to get that feeling. That's when things really got bad. See, I would sneak onto the computer, onto the internet to chat with shorties I never met, ensuring that I could get them wet. I would hook up with females that I had never seen before, who I would never see again. Just straight sex and nothing more, man. I had sex encounters with different sisters in the church, the Twister, Mister. I even had sex with my wife's sister. I admit that one hurt. But my wife, she never said a thing. She had to know about my sin, but she played dumb. She played the role, so I continued to play pretend until that special day, man. It replays and never ends. It was legitimately the epitome of my wild sex praise trends. I thought my wife was at work. She secretly called in to catch me in my deed. My sexual greed would do me in. In her mind, she thought she'd find me with a whore or her best friend. Little did she know how things would flow. The twister, mister, that day she found me with two men. Are you in shock, my friend? How did I end up with two men? That feeling is called lust, man. It consumes and never ends. And you know, one of those two men said the cruelest thing to me when he was done from using me. He whispered, I just gave you HIV. When I get that feeling, I think about suicide killing. I'd do anything to get back my life, but my wife, she isn't willing. When I was on my sex path, I never thought it'd lead to this. At 8, I didn't see my fate. When I saw those playmates kiss,
Bang, bang. Give it up for Eric Kellum. Woo! Woo! And for reference, Nicole Tracy got a 27.3. Fuck the scores. Give it up for the poet and not the point. Poet, never the point. All right. We have reached our last poet of the night. But everybody say aw. Aw.
Aww.
But then give maximum love to Dante Kalaya.
This poem's called Visionary Flows for the kids. I got that visionary flows. Go flow, talk about my intellect. Find me out when you cross and you intersect. This true knowledge and this strong mind, conditioned to be the best of all time, I often find it parallel to my peers. Helping a brother or sister out up in their careers. Metallic consciousness destroys all fears. And on the front lines, warriors shed no tears. So be strong and put your fist up in the air. Keep waving it around like you just don't care. Keep bobbing your head to that hip hop beats. I'm like Nat Turner, you will never defeat me with my visionary flows. Go flow, talk about my intellect. Yo, I'm a Cancer sign, I like to do what I feel. An ounce of emotions in my revolutionary meal. When I walk down the block, I like to keep it real. And if I'm not doing that, people pull my tail. Yo, put me in check so I can inject true love, one love, ostensible love, that's me. And if you're not feeling me like Total, you can't see. You can't see what I can do to you. If your mind is weak, then I might conquer you with my visionary flows. Go flow, talk about my intellect. People, we will soon see the lights. Children, the future may come tonight. Women, rise up and stand tall. True men, avoid obstacles that make you trip and fall. We may overcome all this shit that we deal with every day. It's a trip, and I know we will soon win the fight, because on a holistic level, everybody gets real rights to be free as we can be, never blinded by others that cannot see. We are strong as a unit when we come together, but freedom will only ring until we get real clever and understand the true plan, the master plan. Erase ignorance and unlearn your colonial lesson plan. Erase ignorance and unlearn your colonial lesson plan. Erase ignorance and unlearn your colonial lesson plan. To my visionary flows. Go, flow, talk about my intellect.
Gang. Give it up. All right, and for reference, Eric Kellum got a 24.9. Fuck the scores. Give it up for the poet, never the points. The poet, never the points. All right, while I'm waiting for these scores, let me tell you about the other shows in the Bay Area. Of course, there's us, the Berkeley Slam, every Wednesday. Oh my God. I said it earlier. I'm really excited to say it again. our next show, we're gonna skip next week, so don't look for us next week. We're not gonna be there. We're gonna be training. But I'm really excited because our next show is going to be back at our home. The Starry. Oh damn! I dropped the fuck out my phone. Ooh. It's okay. It's an iPhone, but she didn't break. Anyway, we're gonna be back at our home. The Starry Plow. Come down, grab a beer, grab a cider, grab something from the kitchen. It's gonna be. I'm gonna be so excited to be back at our home. Come on down, April 6th. Starry Plow Pub in Berkeley. We also have Oakland Slam every third Tuesday at Instagram Live and Facebook and Twitter. It's online. Visit at Oakland Slam for more information. We also have the Alchemy Open Mic every first and third Saturday on Instagram. Visit Rich Oak Alchemy for more information. And then finally, we have the Poetry Garden every second Saturday at the Ashby Art Space. Our next show is April 9th, 2035 Ashby Avenue. Lit. I have scores. Ooh, damn, these scores were close. Okay, now I gotta do math in my head because I kind of forgot how much. Okay. In third place, winning 20 whole American dollars with a 53.1. Give it up for Eric Kellum. Woo! Hey.
I think Eric left the Zoom.
Okay. We'll catch up with Eric later. And then in second place, winning 30 whole American dollars with a 55.4. Give it up for Nicole Tracy. Followed the wrong person.
We're both spotlit. Yay!
Yes. Hello.
Hi. This is 11,000% worth having coffee at 11 o'clock at night and staying up for. I will miss the weekly virtual shows. I'm so glad you'll finally get to go back in person. Go to the Starry Plow, have their mac and cheese. It's delicious. If you eat meat, have it with chicken. If you drink, have their Magner cider. I miss it and I can't find it on this coast and it makes me angry. So I will have to come and visit now that shows are in person again and see everyone.
Oh yeah, you have no choice. You have to visit us sometime this year. I'm gonna be very upset.
Listen, I'm on an academic schedule, so I only work 9 months out of the year. So I better come and visit.
Spend your summer in the Bay. Fucking bullshit.
I'm already going to Iceland this summer, so I can't do another trip. My cat would hate me.
Bring the cat.
She would hate me even more for that plane ride. Kitty. She heard cat and walked past and was like, "You're not the person I want to see. Goodbye."
Well, she already knows. Well,
yeah.
Thank you so much, Nicole. We will see you. Oakland Slam. We'll see you at Oakland Slam because sign up for everything. Or Alchemy, whichever one comes first. I'm not here to know things. I'm just
Alchemy comes first. The next Alchemy is April 1st or 2nd. I have a calendar for all the slams, okay?
I'm not getting paid to know things. I'm just getting paid to look cute and read, which already reading is hard. But we're getting through it. Okay. That means in first place with a 57.5 winning 50 whole American, I hope, dollars. Give it up for Dante Pelayo.
Yeah. Woohoo!
Mama. I want to say big ups to Oakland, Sacramento, New York City, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Jackson, Mississippi, Huntsville, Alabama, and all that mess. I love y'all. Y'all awesome. Thank you for doing it.
Woo! Thank you. Yeah, damn.
Miles.
Great.
I'm sad.
Everybody,
the virtual thing no more though.
Yeah, we still have other virtual spaces. We are also, look, if there's a group of people that wants to run virtual shows at the same time that we're doing live shows, hit me up.
Okay.
We could figure this out to keep this online.
Okay.
Online schedule. But like, it's not that we don't want to. It's that we only got so many niggas.
I hear you. I hit you up.
Yeah, so like that goes for anyone. If we're gonna do an official call later this week, but like we are going to start looking for more volunteers because we do need help keeping an online space because y'all are hella dope. Like we have people, we got people from like everywhere. Like we got people in Canada fucking with us. We got people on the East Coast. We got people in the South. We got people up north. I'm pretty sure. I think somebody called in from like Africa. Like it's like
calls of people going.
Like it's great. I really love being here. So we want to definitely figure out how to keep this up. But in the meantime, check out the Alchemy Open Mic. Check out the Oakland Slam. We would love to see you all there. Yeah, congratulations to everyone. Thank you, Nicole, Dante. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Meilani. Thank you. Yeah, thank you to everyone behind the scenes that makes this possible. Thank you, Becky and Arvind and Prophet and Tino, and Colin and Elle and Alexis and Chardonnay and literally everyone who makes this possible. And thank you, you sitting at home, viewers like you. Thank you. We'll see you next time. Bye.